So, what if I told you that the most common piece of financial advice you've ever heard, the one your parents and teachers probably gave you, is actually holding you back from building real wealth? Let's get into it and break down the huge difference between just stashing money away and actually building a future. Yeah, you've heard this one a million times, right? From the moment we're kids, it's just drilled into us. Just save more. It's kind of presented as the be all end all of being good with money. But is it really enough? I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? If saving is the magic answer, why do so many people who are amazing savers still feel like they're just, running in place? To figure that out, we really need to get clear on what saving is actually for. Now, don't get me wrong, it is absolutely essential, but its job in your financial life is super specific, and it's not what you think. It's not about making you wealthy. Think of saving as your financial defense. It's the safety net you build to protect yourself when life throws you a curveball. The car breaks down, you get a surprise medical bill, stuff like that. It's what keeps you from sliding into debt when things go sideways. And that's the key takeaway here. Saving is about safety. It's about protecting the value you've already worked hard to create. It's like putting on a helmet, but a helmet doesn't move you forward, right? Money just sitting in a savings account? Well, it isn't working. It's just sitting. And this is why relying only on saving is a really tough strategy. See, there are these three powerful, kind of invisible forces that are constantly working against anyone who just saves their money. And here they are, the three silent wealth killers for the person who only saves: inflation, the limits of your own income, and good old-fashioned time. Let's dig into each one. First up, the big one: inflation. You can think of it as this quiet, invisible tax on your money. Every single year, pretty much everything gets a little more expensive. That means the cash you have saved up, well, it buys less and less over time. Your dollar just doesn't stretch as far. And here's where the math gets a little painful. Just look at this. If your savings account is earning you, say, 1% interest, but the cost of living, inflation, is going up by 3%, you're actually losing 2% of your buying power every single year. You feel like you're saving, but your money is slowly getting weaker. Okay, next up, income limits. Let's be real, there's a hard cap on how much you can possibly save. It's just what's left over after you pay for everything else. Sure, you can cancel a subscription here, stop buying coffee there, but you can't cut your spending down to zero, right? You have to live. There's a limit. And the last one is time. Saving up a really big chunk of money, let's say 50 grand, it can take years, maybe even decades. And the whole time, that pile of cash is just sitting there. It's not making you any more money, it's just waiting, while inflation is constantly chipping away at its value. So this all leads us to a really important shift in how we think about money. To actually build wealth, you have to switch from a purely defensive mindset, just protecting what you have, to an offensive one that's focused on growth. And here it is, plain and simple. Saving protects the money you've already made from your past hard work. It's about being safe. Investing, on the other hand, puts your money to work to make more money for your future. It actually multiplies your effort, letting your wealth grow even when you're not actively working or even when you're sleeping. Okay, so if saving by itself isn't the whole picture, then what is? Well, it's not about throwing saving out the window. It's about adding it to a much more powerful three-step strategy. This is your new game plan. It's a simple three-part process. First, you save for stability. Second, you focus on growing your income. And third, you invest consistently. Let's quickly go through each one. All right, step one is absolutely non-negotiable. This is where saving is the hero. You build up that emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of what it costs you to live, so that a random, unexpected expense doesn't completely derail your life. This is the solid foundation everything else is built on. Step two is all about horsepower, because look, while there's a limit to how much you can save, there's really no limit to how much you can earn. Learning new skills, pushing for that promotion, finding other ways to make money, that's the accelerator pedal on this whole journey. And step three? This is where the real magic happens. Investing. Putting your money into things like stocks or real estate that have the potential to grow. This is how your money starts working for you, thanks to this amazing force called compounding. It's basically where your earnings start making their own earnings. It creates a snowball effect that can turn small, regular investments into a fortune over time. Okay, theory is great, but let's make this super clear with a really simple example of how this all works in the real world. Let's meet Person A and Person B. Person A is the ultimate saver, puts away a solid $300 every month, no exceptions. Person B does things a little differently. They save half of that, $150, for their safety net, and they invest the other $150 for growth. Now, let's fast forward a few years. The result is pretty shocking, right? Person B, the one who both saved and invested, ends up with way more wealth. And why is that? Because while Person A's money was just being stored, Person B's money was out there actively growing and multiplying. You gotta remember this. Growth beats storage. Every single time. So let's get this straight. Saving is not the bad guy here. It's absolutely the starting point. It's the launch pad. But you're never going to reach your destination if you just build a launch pad and then sit on it, right? So here it is, your new formula, your new blueprint. You save to stay safe and build that foundation. You grow your income to hit the gas pedal, and you invest to actually move forward and build real, lasting wealth. And that really just leaves us with one final thing to think about. I want you to ask yourself right now, is your money just playing defense? Is it just sitting on the sidelines to keep you safe? Or is it playing offense, actively working to score points and win your financial future?